Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, all the glory, the honor to Yahweh Bashimi Al Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders of the great millstone that rule well, that taught us truth. And blessings to the elect and nation Israel. For scattered worldwide, this is Brother Yakal. Coming for a very short lesson. Lord willing, you brothers and few sisters will be edified. Now, I'm just going to play this. Alright? Now, I want you to tell me what you think of this video. I'm not going to play it that long, but I'm going to come back. Listen to the lyrics. Listen to what these guys are saying. You know, because the Bible tells you that death and life is in the power of the tongue. All right. When you speak recklessly with your mouth, in any capacity, that could cost you your life. And I'm telling you, man, I was 17 years old and I got beaten up by a white guy when I was 17 because I told his woman to fuck off. You know? And when I look back on it, I deserved to get beaten up. You know? I deserved it. He was a coward. He never faced me. He just punched me at the back of my head and I was unconscious and he was kicking me in the face. You know? But on principle, I deserved it because the way what came out of my mouth. All right. Now there's a 14-year-old boy that was murdered in I think it was a couple of weeks ago now, and he was 14 years old. His mum said that he was being groomed by a gang, and he was an aspiring rapper. So let's see what his rap was about. Like gripper. So look at what is. What the hell's that about? Look at that. Reefs. That's like funeral reefs. Yeah, this is enough, man. Alright. Another example of this guy rapping. And let's see where it got him. Where did it get him? That's him again. So he's talking about being shot in the head. He's talking about bucking people, which is like slashing their faces. He's talking about shooting people, this, that, and the other. Well, you know, this is what he's given to the world. Let's see where it ended him. Let's see where all of that being tough at 14 ended for this guy. How did it end? Was it a good ending? Did he grow up to be a scientist and cure diseases? No. Let's see how he ended up.
Look, it's quite clear he probably was involved in camp.
This week on Tuesday afternoon, first day back at school for many people, and his name is Kellyan Bokassa, and he died 2 weeks after he laid flowers at the scene where another knife attack victim had died. His mother, Mary Bokassa, said she was not surprised that her son had died this way. He got involved with gangs, he'd been in care, he lived on the streets for a year. She thinks he may have got involved with a group, with a gang, and indeed with drugs as well.
Yep.
Is he more than just a victim of this stabbing, is he also just a victim of a system which, in the same way as those white working class girls in Rotherham, Rochdale, Telford and Oxford and elsewhere, just simply didn't matter to the authorities. Let's talk to Ken Hines. He's a knife crime and stop and search campaigner and joins us. Good afternoon to you, Ken.
Yeah, good afternoon, Julia. Just so I can first of all, just give my condolence to the mother and others that's affected by the tragic loss of this young boy.
Yeah, okay. I mean, it was fascinating. As soon as images of him came up, and there he is. He's an aspiring drill rapper, and he's miming with a gun and a knife. And we were going, oh well, he's involved in gangs, and I could immediately see people going, oh well, another little gangster killing another little gangster. We would probably, may have known the identity at some point of his killer, and he'll be another young lad like him. And people write off, but is this actually just the same writing off of young black boys from working class families that we've seen as the writing off of young white girls from working class families in the grooming and rape gang cases?
So what was his end? His end was he was going to or from school, and two guys came on a bus and they stabbed him 27 times, man. He's dead now, man. All right. Now, he was speaking recklessly, man, as I've showed you with his videos. Now, there's always good takeaways from, and I'm not saying that what happened to him is good, is the Lord's judgment. All right. But he needed to watch his mouth. He was reckless with his mouth. All right. And you'll say, oh, he's 14 years old, this, that, and the other, and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, he is. He was 14 years old, but he was living recklessly. Now, he was taken into care and separated from his mum, and I'm sure that helped. And who did that? Esau did, man. All right. But the main problem that he had was his mouth. All right. His mouth, man. Now, the Bible says what? Death and life is in what? The power of the tongue. All right. There's always, that's why we go through the news, because there's always lessons to learn from these so-called tragedies, man. There's always something edifying to learn from it. And I was 17 years old, and I was reckless with my mouth, and I got beaten up, as I said. And I look back on it, I deserved it. Okay? This is Proverbs 18 and 21. Death and life are in the power of the tongue. Watch what you say, man. All right? What do you think this means? Oh, death and life is in the power. Yeah, watch what you say. And they that love it shall eat the fruit thereof. All right? So death and life is in the power of tongue. You have to be careful about what you say. All right? The Bible says to offend less. All right? Not to go out there and start making drill music videos, disrespecting people. You're asking to be dead. You're asking me to be put to death. And that's what happened, man. All right? And one of the locals that around the area, a 15-year-old boy, another 15-year-old black boy, he was put to death in a stabbing. And I think in that video, that's why you saw all the wreaths there. That was for his friend around the area. And then 2 weeks later, he got stabbed to death. All right? All right, this is Sirach. This is Ecclesiasticus 17 and 25. All right? Return to the Most High and forsake thy sins. All right? Make thy prayer before his face and offend less. All right? Not offend more, offend less. So you have to watch what you say to people, man. Death and life is in what? The power of the tongue, man. All right? And that's why if you go to Proverbs and Psalms in particular, it has loads. It's like a guide to life, man. And these things will save your life. All right? Proverbs 13 and 3. He that keepeth his mouth keepeth his life. You see? So basically, being a drill rapper, whatever age, you're asking to be put to death, man. And you're lucky. He's lucky that he died, man. Because could you imagine if he survived 27 stab wounds? He'd be a vegetable. All right? But he that opened wide his lips, all right, shall have destruction. See? If you open your mouth too much, you will have what? Destruction, man. Okay? Someone will always come out. Someone will always come after you. There's always going to be someone. If you think you're better, there's always going to be someone, or mouthier. There's always going to be someone around the corner all right, that is got a bigger mouth than you, a bigger fist than you, this, that, and the other. You know, our weapon right now is just to be spiritual, man. All right, we're gonna have the power to whoop ass in the kingdom, but for now, we have to what? Watch our mouths and do what? Offend less, man. All right, all right. Proverbs 13:3. He that keepeth his mouth keepeth his life. All right, but he that open wide his lips shall have destruction. All right, so you got to be careful, man. Okay. Another one here. Matthew 12. You know, just a few scriptures on watching your mouth, man. All right. Let's see now. Let's see now. Matthew 12:37. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, but by thy words thou shalt be condemned. See? You have to watch what you say. I should have started up, actually. Let me go over to 36. Matthew 12:36. But I say unto you that every idle word that men shall speak, they shall give account thereof in the day of judgment. All right, verse 37. For by thy words thou shalt be justified, and by thy words thou shalt be condemned. That's why I say, offend less. Like the scriptures say, offend less. Once you're in this truth, you have to know when to open your mouth, when not to open your mouth. Sometimes just keep your mouth shut, man. You know, sometimes we've had that. Sometimes we've even been at camp where we've had mad people come up to us, and you usually react and stuff. But there's sometimes you just say, no, you know what? I just keep my mouth shut. You get what I'm saying? So, hey, that's what he should have done. I mean, oh, he's 14 years old. Yes, he was, went down the wrong way, this, that, and the other. But he's speaking recklessly. And remember, when you are, in this world, you're an adult when you're 18. But in the scriptures, when you're 12, you're a man. So he was a man. So he knew what he was doing. It's not like he didn't know that he was playing with fire. All right? He knew that he was playing with fire. He knew that he was speaking recklessly. All right? So his words condemned him, man. And now he's dead. And now he's got a mum that has to bury him, pay the funeral and stuff like that. People are questioning her. Oh, she was a terrible mum, this, that, and the other. See, you niggas are not thinking, man. All right? And that's why it's only 1 month into the new year, and many of you Israelites are getting put to death. Or your great hero, Donald Trump, is deporting your ass back to Mexico and other places. You see? This is what you wanted. You wanted this guy in, and now when this guy's come in, he's showing his true colors. Okay? So, and they want this music, this drill music, and I've seen a lot of debates. There was one debate here, and as Kanye West, he said it years ago. He said how music, the music industry, they teach them that certain music has vibrations, and they teach them about chakras and all that kind of stuff. All right, so they know what kind of music is gonna what's the word, rope in our people. All right, and this is what this guy was doing, killing Bokassa. Now he's 14 years old. He's paid the price, but at the end of the day, there's lessons, man. All right, and that lesson is to watch your mouth, watch what you say. Okay, this is not he was a aspiring rapper doing all these gang signs, this, that, and the other. And he's a very good rapper, but what is he talking about? He's talking about nothing but death and destruction. Being a top person, being a clout, having this and because that's the trap that this devil wants. He wants you blacks to kill each other because he knows that you're under a curse, huh? Now, was he let down? Yeah, because he had a tough upbringing. But at the end of the day, he knew what he was doing with this music. All right, And yes, at 14, I was doing all kinds of stupidity, but I was not picking up a knife, all right, to stab someone, and I wasn't rapping about it. I think once you start rapping about killing someone, I think that is like a scum line. That once you cross that line, you know, you're just in a hole that you might not be able to get out of, man. You know, only this truth is the way out of anything. Other than that, nothing else is gonna work. All right. Proverbs 22:6. Train up a child in the way he should go, and when he is old, he will not depart from it. So you have to do that when they're very young. But as you saw with his story, he was taken away into social services, and those places are even worse because they have other trouble kids, and then you get in trouble. You know, they influence you. You know, but that is the general rule, man. The Heavenly Father said, train a child up in the way he should go, and when he's old, he will not depart from it. But a lot of our parents didn't do that, man. All right. So there's always lessons to learn from so-called tragedies like this, and I don't see this as a tragedy because someone put a comment on here and said, I can't remember what it was. Someone put a comment and said, oh, you know, he was only 18, he never stood a chance, this, that, and the other. And then someone said, well, you know what, he's talking about stabbing people, shooting people. He wouldn't think twice to do that to someone. Alright, so I've got no sympathy for him. And that's true, man. Look, he was speaking reckless, look. See, look, bore over youngest thing, talking about knives, this, that, and the other. And then he got shanked 27 times, man. Alright, so death and life is in the power of the tongue. Watch what you say, man. Alright, and there's the great thing about this beautiful book called the Bible. There's scriptures on everything, man. Alright, there's scriptures on everything. I think there's one. Is it Proverbs? There's one I want to hear. There's one. There's one scripture here, whatever. Yeah, this is a good one because when our people listen to that rap and drill music, they're in that mindset that everything is negative. I'm living in a ghetto, this, that, and the other. We're living in London, man. All right, there's many real poverty-stricken areas up north. That's real poverty. All right. All right. Down here in London, yes, there's poorer areas, but it's not a ghetto, man. The only people that are making it into a ghetto is you stupid niggers that are into drill music, man. All right. It's Proverbs 13:18. Poverty and shame shall be to him that refuseth instruction, but he that regardeth reproof shall be honored. And reproof means to be corrected. All right, so it doesn't matter about your circumstances, or you know, if you're born into, you know, poverty or anything like that. The Lord cares about your character, man. All right, whether you're open. And you'll say, oh, well, he was only a 14-year-old boy. He didn't stand a chance. Listen, one of the brothers in our group, you know, who's second in command, he was in this truth when he was, 14 years old. All right? He wasn't going out rapping, saying Hamdulillah and doing rapping about shanking people. All right? So, listen, he's better off where he is now. But we can learn from his mistake and watch what we say. Death and life is in the power of the tongue. So watch what we say, man. All right. Hey, to the next one. Shalom.